So, how much money can you make as an online coach? How much money can you make with your online fitness programs or health or wellness programs? This is a question that I frequently hear from people, especially people who are already successful. They're already kind of meeting with people, clients one on one. They have a brick and mortar business and they would love the flexibility of moving part or all of their business online. So, how much can you make when you do this? So that's a really great question. And I'm going to share with you something that I had to do when I started growing an online business. And it was a complete new mind shift. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Erica Boling. I was a former associate professor, and I grew an online business that allowed me to leave my university position, move to Maine, build my dream home, and have just this an amazing life with a lot of flexibility to follow my passions, kind of live wherever I want to live, and have a lifestyle that was something that I used to only dream about and actually didn't think was possible until I made this all happen. So a big question that I would pose to you if you are wondering how much money can you make is how much money do you want to make? And I mean, be realistic. Of course, we might say, oh, I would love to make $5 million, or in the next year, I would like to be a multimillionaire. But let's be realistic and just kind of say, what do you need to make to either replace your in-person clients with online or to change the kind of lifestyle that you currently have to maybe take it to another level up? The next question is not how much can you make? It's how much do you want to make? And then what do you have to create and put in place to make that happen? You probably see videos where people say, make $10,000 a month in the next 30 days with your online coaching clients. There are people out there, we know there are people that are struggling and there are people that are making millions of dollars in online businesses. So we know that there is the potential. So I would encourage you that if you're asking yourself, how much could I make teaching online, that's not the right question. The question is how much do you want to make online, right? And what needs to be put in place to make that happen. So I might say I want to bring $10,000 a month in online income. So the next thing to think about is, okay, what would you need to do in order to make $10,000 a month? So it could be that I do 10 private clients who are paying $1,000 a month. Then the next step was kind of what we call a backward design approach, is you would say, what kind of value would I have to provide for somebody to feel like they're getting their worth out of working with me for paying $1,000 a month? Or maybe it's, a $5,000 program, but they're paying you $1,000 a month, say for 5 months, and then you're going to get, multiple clients. So you could also frame it that way. So if I want to think about $1,000 a month, what might that include? There might be things where you're getting a lot of personalized support. Maybe you're doing some stuff, some creation of programs, of course, some diet. Maybe it's even including some products that they're getting, some additional services. Think about the outcomes, right? If somebody's doing something and they need to have a major life change, and it might be a matter of, hey, I need to get healthy, or my doctor's telling me, I'm cutting my life really short. Maybe there's some online shopping that you're getting some online shopping services and things are being sent to them and you're building out their shopping plan and you're doing online training and you're doing online coaching and you're touching in on multiple times a week. So you want to think about if somebody's paying $1,000 a month, right? You want to think about what would they value? What would you want to offer? What are the things that are going to be in your program that would be of value to whichever audience you're wanting to speak to that would warrant asking for $1,000 a month? But essentially, you need to look at who your audience is and what is the value and what kind of value are you going to be offering them. So it might mean that you need to change up the types of programs you're offering. It might mean that you have to find more clients and just keep doing the same program. It might mean that, if I want to have a $500,000 a year business, and the current clientele I'm working with, you've already been trying to sell stuff and your marketing is strong and you're just not hitting the right pain point with the right audience, it might mean that you have to do a little bit of a pivot of who your audience is. But the question again is, what is it that you want to create? What kind of income do you want to make? Are you going to make that income with one key signature program? Are you going to make it with one high value program and you're going to have fewer high end clients? Are you going to sell a lower price program and lower value and you're going to look for more clients? Or you might even look at diversifying your income. So for me, I might have $50,000 might be coming in from online fitness. And then I might have $50,000 coming in from online business and business coaching. So again, I might look at what kind of income, what kind of lifestyle do I want to have? How much income do I need online to have that type of lifestyle? Then look at who am I serving and what do I need to do in order to create and generate that income. Now, how exactly do I do it? Do I need team members? If I want to do online, if I've never done online before, I'm going to have to build knowledge and skills and maybe invest in some mentoring and coaching to help get me there. I will start doing the research and doing the footwork to say, okay, if I want to build that $500,000 a year, $1 million a year business, what am I offering? Who's my audience? And then if I don't know how to build that program or I don't know where to find that audience, then I'm going to learn. I'm going to invest and learn about online marketing. I'm going to learn more about how to market more effectively. I'm going to start networking and connecting with people in the communities that I'm wanting to sell to. So either way, there's work when you're first building your programs. You have to put work into finding clients or hire somebody to, get that system in place to get your clients, right? If you're just starting out, you need to build awareness. People need to know you exist. They need to know about your business. There's work involved. So when I started my business, I first just dabbled with some lower price programs, but what really launched my business going forward was having that higher value signature program. That's a few $1,000s. And that was where I chose to put my time and energy and built high value. So even though they're paying a few $1,000s, I've never had anybody question the value of the program. They'll say, wow, this is worth they see way more value in the program. So there's a lot of different ways you can structure it. Like I said, you can choose the higher end programs, put time finding those higher end clients. You work with fewer people. Having those lower price programs, look for more people. It might be a combination, maybe a membership program that you may have different levels of membership. But again, the question to me is not how much can you make? The question is, what's the purpose and goal? What's the kind of lifestyle you want? What's the level of income you need to have that lifestyle? And then come in with that researcher, designer perspective. What do you need to create and what do you want to create of that high value, whichever kind of option you do, to have that lifestyle that you want? So the mind shift, again, don't limit yourself by saying people will only pay so much. It's what you're creating, the value you put in, what kind of clients you want to work with, and truly design that life, design the business that you always wanted. It's possible. And so if this is a journey that you're on, and if you are if part of what you're wanting to create is creating online programs, online courses and membership programs and maybe building your own online academy, if this is something that you would like to explore the possibilities and the vision of what is possible, and if you're really struggling to say, how in the world do I what would a $5,000 program look like? Or I have no idea what a $10,000 program, how would I even begin to look at getting $10,000 from a client? If that is something that you're struggling to envision and you would like some help in seeing what's possible and looking at possibly getting support along the way, I encourage you. I have a short little questionnaire that I'm going to put below. Check it out, fill it out. If it looks like something that you're ready to kind of pursue and learn more about and get some help, you might qualify and be able to get a one-on-one coaching session with me where I can help you in kind of seeing what's possible, give you some tips, give you some advice on how to get started to make this happen. Or if you're already in the midst, but you're struggling to take it to the next level, just fill out the questionnaire and I will get back to you right away with next steps. And I would love to hear from you. And if you have any questions about the process, if you're in this, if you're kind of confronted and you have that limiting mindset, let me know what are some of the things that are holding you back and where you're struggling to see about how to build value in your programs, or if the online component is kind of a bit scary and intimidating. Let me know what are some of the areas that are making you hesitant and moving forward. And I would love to hear from you and share some of my thoughts. And potentially build another episode on this. So thank you so much for listening. Again, just be very, very careful of what you're telling yourself. Your mindset is so important. If you already are coming at it, starting to grow your online programs, grow your online business, having those self-limiting beliefs, that is really going to hold you back. So be careful what you say to yourself. And instead of asking, how much can I make? Think about it from more of this growth mindset and how much can you create? How much do you want to make? What kind of lifestyle do you want? And then start designing your life, designing your programs, and make it happen. So thank you so much for joining. Again, I'm Erica Boling, and this is Fit, Free, and Fearless.